Welcome Padma to the FFSC Skill Experts Talk, Voice of Industry Endeavour 2026. We are very happy to have you here and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. So we'll start first things first.
Sure.
Interiors and furniture sector is kind of an underrated sector, despite being that interiors and furniture touches everybody's life.
Correct.
From morning to we go to office spaces, we go to restaurant, we go to hotels, party, everywhere. You cannot be without this sector. So how do you see this sector? Because a lot of time people say this is a sunrise sector. Given your journey, how do you see the last 10 years and where do you see next 10 years going? And is it really a sunrise sector or is it still an unorganized sector?
So I think it is still to some extent an unorganized sector also coexists. But I think the shift from unorganized towards organized has been very, very rapid. And I think a good role has also been played because there are parallel allied activities which support the sector. So it is absolutely correct to say it's a sunrise sector because your urbanization is increasing very rapidly. The shift from conventional to modularity in the entire house, especially kitchens, wardrobes, is increasing. So from that perspective, the sector has huge prospects. If I look back at my journey into the sector, I started more than 14 years back. And if I look at the size and scale of things, the availability of different brands, international brands or even Indian brands which have grown, I think the growth rate of the industry is very definitively in higher end of 2 digits, let me put it that way.
Is there a myth in the general audience about it? Or what do you think is a kind of a usual myth that you come across when you talk to people, when you say that, okay, I'm from a furniture sector? So what do you think are the common myths and how can we bust those myths for the larger audience, which is basically because we're talking from a learner perspective, their parents, academia for that matter, or the student himself?
I think one of the reasons why there would be a myth is because, like I said, there is a larger presence of the unorganized sector. One of the biggest bane of being an unorganized sector is the lack of visibility. And now I think with players like Hayflay or Heritage or even brands like an IKEA or HomeLane or LiveSpace, these have now brought it into a much larger scale of play. And people now with the larger onslaught of education, understanding the business and a lot of interest by people in how you really build homes, how do things get created, I think that awareness is important. From an academia perspective, I think just like FFSC is doing a lot of work, there is still, so architecture is still, a very known field. But is carpentry as well known skill? Not yet, because it is still looked upon as the lower end of the ladder, let's say someone were to look at a career. And I think in due course, when the journeys become faster and sharper, and people who started out from a skill-based career and they then land up into larger and bigger roles, I think the visibility will increase. Once that increases, I think the sector will automatically not be considered.
I'm sure with the kind of promotions now, all the big companies are doing, whether it is in cricket and other things, and the brand ambassadors coming in, that will increase. So if I were a student today and if I were to ask you, since you mentioned that it's not just limited to carpentry,
True.
What does the value chain of opportunities in terms of occupation or job roles look like in this sector? How would you see that?
Initially, of course, since it is a skill-intensive structure, I think one would start out with actual usage of the skills on the field, be it installations, be it, creating things, be it building up the modules. However, in the next step, if I look at my organization or if I look at the parallels in the industry, I know so many people who have then learned, grown, diverted into sales careers, people who have gone into product management, people who have gone into training as a career. And in fact, a very interesting thing we have observed is that India as a country is still not a do-it-yourself country. So let us say if some organization or people would like to get the entire house done, there is a need right now of people to set up their own little units, so you can also become an entrepreneur where you are providing end-to-end installation services.
So you mean to say there are employment opportunities in design, manufacturing,
Absolutely.
business side of it, and also entrepreneurship opportunity if you choose for these these kind of fields that are there. I am starting a career today in this field, one of these fields.
Right.
As a student and as a parent also, I'll be conscious about what am I going to earn, how much am I going to earn, is this a stable career or is this only a short-time thing which is there?
Right.
So from that perspective, and also given your extensive experience of HR background, what is it that a student can start today at whatever level they're starting, and where can they grow in, let's say, a period of 3 years or 5 years as a milestone? So if you can share and throw some light on in terms of numbers,
Sure. I think if a student were to start from a good organization, an organized player, if we are talking in terms of earnings, I think the earnings can be anywhere from a starting of 3 to 5 lakhs and going right up to even 12 to 15 lakhs in a span of, let's say, 3 or 4 years, which is a very high growth rate. Of course, every individual will have a different journey, and depending on how much are they willing to invest on themselves, how much learning do they also capture. So like we were discussing, there is an interesting corollary that when people come from different fields, so let's say there's a guy who's done training in sales and does selling, and then when that person learns installation or technical or hands-on skills, it is considered as an icing on the cake, that the person has acquired a new skill and therefore has become a better person or a better salesperson or a better product manager. I think the same applies the other way around. If we have a skilled worker, takes an interest, learns the parallel other areas like sales, or takes an interest into product, or takes an interest into how manufacturing and design is done, that can be a huge stepping stone, because the fundamentals are set very right when someone comes with a skill.
You say if there is, I have degree, and along with that degree, if I add skill, it is going to be a much better overall package if I can have. And even if I have skills, and if I start exploring or adding more skills, maybe if I have main domain skills and I add soft skills, other things, I'll again become like a more valuable.
Absolutely. It is like if somebody is, let's from a furniture skilling or a carpentry perspective, or let's say someone is from a lighting or a electrical background. Now imagine with the amount of automation coming in, with all the foray into digital locks coming in. Now that is a skill where you just have to take one step ahead and you can actually master on to a trend which is catching on in the industry. And the earlier you catch on to the parallel skill sets that you can build on, the more valuable you become to the industry.
On this, since we're talking about industry, I would like to transition to the part, the role that industry can play. We saw that you have been supporting, Hafele has been supporting extensively. You personally also have been supporting the skilling of, the young people.
Right.
Last year you did about 100 people training, short-term training, and they got employed. This year you increased that number to about more than 150. And thanks for that, also on records for that matter. But what do you think? Because this is again, in the larger scheme of affairs, Hafele is doing its bit, but it's a very small thing that we're doing.
Correct.
So if you think of as an industry, what can an industry do today? And what would be your advice for the industry? Because we lack skilled workforce. What would you think, or what would you suggest that, how we should go about it?
I think from an industry perspective, it is a huge ROI for any organization or industry from the sector to invest into creating skilled manpower. Because today, if you talk to any manufacturer, you talk to any of the organized or unorganized players, one of the biggest problems that they face is the availability of quality manpower. And the reason for the lack of or scarcity of skilled manpower is because we are not investing enough in training them. There has to be a public, let's say, industry partnership where the government is doing its bit in the form of, let's say, a skill council, or in the form of providing avenues like a CSR or a NAPS to provide platforms for these people. And as industry, it will be a mutually conducive environment where we can help to create talent, and then that talent helps to create a bigger and a better industry. So it can be a very symbiotic relationship if the industry decides to pursue. Of course, as Hafele, we are doing that in a limited way. I think, it is like the more skilled people we create, the quality of work becomes better. Quality of work becomes better, the industry and the acceptance of India-made and Indian manufactured products become so much more acceptable, which automatically, it's a demand-supply equation. The better the quality, the better the value. The higher the value, the more output it gives to every component of the industry, which includes the workforce also. So I think it's an intelligent idea, and I think a lot of organizations are now realizing this. And CSR has been a good route, I would say.
Another aspect that we've noticed Hafele has again taken a lead on, and it's something that is recognizing the women in this industry. The female participation in majorly in manufacturing sectors has always been less, but there are a lot of female entrepreneurs that have come up, even female players, young Turks to middle level to higher level management people who are there, and you recognize that through the initiative of Life. Can you tell us more about that and what is it doing? Because now it's been, I think so, 2 years or more.
Plus, yes.
So if you can share more, and how can the young females can look up to our industry and to join this industry? Is there a scope for that? You can throw more light on that.
I think Life, as we call it, ladies in the furniture ecosystem, was a small group we started more as a platform for women entrepreneurs in the building material industry, or rather in the furniture ecosystem is our focus at the moment. The idea is that while there are multiple platforms, there was no real tangible platform which could be like a safe space where women would aspire to learn together, to grow together. And in terms of collaboration, I think it has also been easier for women to reach out to each other. And Life was an attempt by Hafele to create a platform to encourage more women to find an easy way to be able to empathize and see that there are other women like me. And if one woman can do it or 100 can do it, then why not 1,000 and 10,000? And women entrepreneurship is something which not just the industry, I think even from a government perspective, there is a lot of focus on women entrepreneurship, and Life is our small bit to create a platform for these women to come together, learn the tricks of the trade, learn the nuances of manufacturing, what are the challenges, and how as women they can use their unique sense of empathy, team building, and there is an innate sense of building and creation. And we hope that when they go back through this platform back to their respective ventures, it also helps to make the industry, there's a famous saying that co-optation is the order of the day rather than competition.
Yes.
And that is what Life is all about, that we are all from the same industry, and the pie is so big that everyone can have a share of it, and we can only do better if we come together as a unit.
That's a very fantastic piece of advice also for our industry. If I were to start in this field, what 3 job roles would you suggest that I should kind of look or choose from to have a good career in this particular sector?
It depends on which trade you decide to start from. Design is a good idea to start with, because design is the first step when the industry starts, whether it's a piece of furniture, whether it's the whole a room or a wardrobe or a full kitchen. I think design is one area where one can start from. If somebody really likes hands-on, then carpentry is a good way to start with. I also feel that if at all one would have the means, and if they have platforms and knowledge areas where like-minded people can come together, I think even manufacturing is a very good area from where these people can start their career.
So we have opportunities for design, for manufacturing
and actual
and hands-on also if you want to do something like that. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Padma, for your valuable inputs. I'm sure this is going to help our listeners, and especially our young Indian youth, that can be, have a great career opportunity in our sector.
Yeah, and just to add the last bit, I think there is a lot of conversation these days. Artificial intelligence is so much in the news that I feel that this is one industry where there can be such a beautiful marriage of artificial intelligence and human skill and intelligence, where you can actually use your skill and the knowledge provided by AI to create. Because while it will take a long time for agentic robots to come in and build the furniture for us, I think till such time, it is very important to have hands-on skill and to have people to create the beautiful masterpieces.
I'm sure, I guess the saying goes nowadays, it goes more often that if you have hands-on skills, you are safe for at least the next 40-50 years.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that would be the case. Thank you so much for joining us here, and we look forward to continuing this conversation in later versions as well.